your, this sheet also, that's why I put this on here.
Well, they did it wrong.
I am has to be negative, because if you want the middle term to be a negative still, because if you minus, negative 3x, from that it's going to be positive. So it's going to switch it up, and it's switch it up. Like that. Well, so you have to make this
For some reason,
equal
when I
to 0.
one in the P,
Yeah.
it doesn't
And then that, then you
start
this equals to 0. So x
No.
minus equals
the way that it does when it's open.
you have to write out exactly how you see it
It's
here.
clear.
X plus 3
Press play,
And
and
then-
then it's got like copy
And
and
then-
information, right? And then you play, and then you can slide it. And then
So what do I
But
put?
don't forget,
It's probably a pretty good file
2,
that you don't have there. Right.
this 2 is still going to be there, so you have to multiply it. Okay?
Times what?
One time for these two. And that one probably wherever this one is.
We're going to go over the box method that we've been going over. All right? And then I'm going to show you how to do this. But just try to see what mistakes so far from what you were doing when Waldo did wrong. Okay? All right. So I see a few of you guys are still confused. So we're going to bring it back to the board. And we're going to bring it back to the board. Now, does anyone actually know how to solve this problem? Do you remember it from yesterday? Anyone?
Are we just factoring it?
Yeah, you're factoring it, but then you're comparing it to Waldo's problem. Okay, good. So you have something different from what Waldo has here, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, how did you get that? What did you actually do to get this?
Factor C.
Okay, so no, this is still incorrect, because you have to use a method that we went over. Okay? So we're going to go over this again. Can I have a volunteer to come up? I'm going to show you guys the box method. How about you come? Come on. I'm going to show you the box method. See, now Waldo actually attempted to do the box method, right? But remember from yesterday, in order to get the number that goes into these two boxes, you have to multiply not A times B, but it's actually A times C. And once you get the answers, once you get A times C, that'll give you the numbers that you're supposed to find that goes in here, okay? So when you do A times C, that's going to be 2 times negative 24, okay? Come here. So what's 2 times negative 4? What would you get? And I have a
Times negative 4.
negative 24, sorry. What's 2 times negative
48.
Negative 48. Good. So negative 48, now, you see how they broke it apart? You have to find, using your little factoring quadratic trinomial paper here, you're going to get the number, because it's a negative here and a negative here. You want a number that is going to look for the number that has a negative here and a negative here. And so number 4 looks similar. Number 4 looks similar to what we see on the board. If you look on this factoring quadratic trinomials, everyone should have one. Number 4 is similar, so it's going to multiply to C and subtract to B. Signs are different. Sign of negative goes to the bigger number. So now, what number multiplies to this, to 24, and subtracts, what number multiplies to negative 48, I'm sorry, and subtracts to negative 2? What two numbers? Do you guys know what two numbers can multiply to 48?
Factor is
6 and 8. 6 and 8, who said that? Go ahead, sit down.
Oh, no.
Come on, come on.
Go.
Come on. I just want you to write that on the
Now.
board for me. Okay. Just write it down on the board. 6 and 8. So draw the lines, just like this. And then you're gonna write a 6 and an 8. Now, based on the property that we have on our factored
Can't see.
quadratic trinomials, just move right there, please. Now, looking at our paper, factoring quadratic trinomials, and we're looking at this one, the signs are different, it says, right? So you see right now, they're both showing positive. But the sign of B, what's the sign of B right now? Look, B's right here. So what sign does B have?
Negative.
So the sign of B goes to the bigger number. So which one is our bigger
8.
number? Yes.
So it goes negative?
Yes. So it's a -8, and that's going to be 6, a +6, which is correct. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So she got that part right. Now, we know in the box method from yesterday that these numbers are going to go into the box. So let's use the black marker. Okay. So always, this number here goes into this box, 2x squared. And then this number here goes into this box, -24. And now you guys figured out the middle terms that go into the boxes. So it's going to be a 6x and -8, -8x. So those go into those boxes. Now, do you see what Waldo did wrong so far? Have you found any mistakes on Waldo's work? So far, what has he done wrong? Based on what we did so far. Because look at his work and look at ours. And you can even use this or this that we just figured out, because this is what he did. But this is the correct way. This is the correct
Waldo's
way.
stupid, he's lazy.
But what, can someone point out a mistake?
Why do we need this box?
This box method makes it easier for students that have problems breaking up the problem. You learn this box method.
But why does the 24 go in the box?
Because using the box method, C always goes into this box, B always goes here, and A stays here. And once we solve it completely, you'll see why. Okay, but I just want you guys to see which mistakes are showing up so far for Waldo. Do you see which mistake? What about right here? Remember, this is the correct way. So what did he do wrong here?
Times A by B.
Very good. And what was the correct way to do that problem?
A times C.
A times C. Okay, so that changed what Waldo got here. You see, he got 4 here. So that makes it incorrect. So this part was incorrect. So on your first incorrect line, I'm noticing, you could say, I'm noticing that instead of multiplying A times C, Waldo multiplied A times B, and he made a mistake by doing that. So that's one of Waldo's mistakes. Now also, that's not the only problem. That if he ended up getting the wrong numbers, he ended up getting these numbers here for the middle term because he used that. So now that led to a different mistake. That led to him getting the wrong numbers here, which this one was the correct one, and this one was incorrect, right? So you see another mistake? So there was another mistake. And now can someone volunteer to finish this factoring? Anyone? Come here, don't worry, I'll remind you how we did it yesterday. Now, remember, you're going to break it apart, so that way you can put the common thing on top. Let's actually switch this. We're going to switch this around to make it a little easier. That way the terms are easier for us when we factor it. So it's going to be a -8 here. We're just switching the location. Either way is fine, but I don't want her to get confused. I don't want anyone else to get confused. Because I remember yesterday you guys were getting confused on this. All right, so now the box method, what you're doing is, you're trying to find, what is that angle here, like the highest angle, and then, right, actually, this way. So two, so two, so 2 here, and 3, 2, and this one's gonna be 8, and this is gonna be 8 and 3. So that one, when you factor, you're gonna put the numbers up on top. Okay? So now, if you're taking out the terms, you're gonna take out the 2x right here. 2x. Okay, 2x goes there. And then you're left with an x that comes up here. Right? And then, what's the highest number that you can put here? 8. So write down to 8. Is it a negative or a positive 8? Yes, so it'll be negative 8. And then what about here, going up this way? So you got rid of the 8. You got rid of the 8. Now what number's left? We got rid of the 2, put the 2 here. The 2 went across here. The 8 went across here. The x that was left there. And now what's left here? 3. So is it positive or negative 3? Positive 3. So now this is the same way as factoring like we did before. 2x minus 8 and x plus 3. But you did it differently. You pulled out the 2. But we want to keep it like this because we're going to do the t method. Remember, like it's equal to 0. So finish solving A. Just keep it together.
You finish, 1 second.
So finish it up. You know how to do it. Make it equal to 0. You guys need help? Just follow along if you don't understand, okay?
Yep.
Go ahead. Plus 8 to both sides. Good. Now 2x equals 2x equals, okay. 8. And now what are you going to do? When you have, who knows what you do when you have a 2 in front of an x? Is it going to be subtraction or division?
Add. No, it's not. You multiply.
No, it's division. When you want to bring it to this side, remember it's division. So you divide it. So put a line. Divide. Just divide cancels out. And then you divide on this side. So x equals 6.
What's x equals 6?
8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2.
Yeah, 5.
When you 8 divided by 2 is
8.
Come to the
8
calculator.
No, it's not 6.
divide. Come over here. We have a calculator. Okay. So I want you to come use your calculator. So put 8 divided by 2. Divided by 2 equals 4. Okay, so write that over there. So x equals 4. And then, what about this? You did minus what? 3. Good. So that cancels out, very good. X equals, not 0 equals 0. X.
I'm good at that. Like, nah.
0?
Yes, can I go with her?
No.
I'm gonna go with
You
her.
have to do negative 3. Excuse me? Where are they going?
Back.
Okay. I'm not gonna run after that. All right,
I'm done.
thank you. So now you can see that we're left with x equals 4 and x equals negative 3. And what did Waldo get? X equals 1 and x equals 2. So you see, just by making a simple mistake with this, he ended up getting the whole problem wrong. So not only did he got the box method wrong, he got these parts wrong, he got this wrong, so this was wrong, this was wrong, and then he even got these answers wrong, because the whole equation was messed up. All right? Now, the do now took a little while, but you guys are supposed to know this stuff from yesterday, but it's okay, so just make sure that you write down everything that you see up here. And we're gonna get into this is similar, it's just a word problem. Don't worry, your partner will help you, okay? And we're gonna go over this together. She said you read. We're gonna go over this together because this is something new that we're learning. And we're gonna go over it together. It's kind of new, but not really because it's using the same principles. Okay. Who would like to read this for us? Can you read them? Can you read for us, please?
Ms. Lana replaced a square window with a rectangular one. The new window is 3 feet wider and 2 feet higher than the square one. It has an area of 42 square feet. How long was the side of the original square window?
Okay, good. Thank you. So what is this story about? Based on that little
Window.
What is big? A window. But what kind of window? Look at
Big
question
one.
A. Is it what shape is the window? Is it round?
A square window.
Okay, so it's a square window, and what are they trying to replace it with? Rectangular window. So A is, what is the story about? It's about a square window and a rectangular window. So can I have someone draw a model on the board for us, how this would look, how it would look if you had to draw just a square window and a rectangular window? Rectangular window. Can someone come up? How about you? Can you come up and draw a square window and a rectangular window?
You got it.
Thank you. Just draw it right there. Square window. Okay. All right, and draw. Thank you. And draw a rectangular window. Okay. Our little artist. Very nice. Excuse me, where did you ladies go?
Nowhere.
You know, come here. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to call your mom.
Oh, please give me one more chance.
Listen, this is the last warning because you were talking first and then you ran out, so I'm going to call your mom.
What about her?
No, and I'm going to speak to her too. And you remember that she wrote in your paper. I told her to behave, but now you're doing the same. You're basically not behaving, just like she wasn't a second ago. So I'm going to have to call your mom too.
Okay.
Okay?
Go ahead. She okay?
Fun, right?
Thank you. Oh, no, you missed the first part of this. Just,
It's a Rembrandt.
She has, just copy along with her, okay? Because you missed the first part.
Lana, if you could just take a couple minutes just to sum up the.
Yes. Okay, very good. So now, we see that we have a square window and a rectangular window. And based on that, we know that the windows, when you're starting out with a window, you don't know what this side is, a rectangle, all of them have the same size, right? They will be all equal to size, right? So this would be X and this would be X. Now, based on the rectangular window, it tells us the new window is 3 feet wider. So it's X plus 3. And the width would be X plus 2. So now when you take this and it says it's going to be, the area is 42. Remember we learned length times width? The area equals length times width, right? So now we have the length times width and we have the area. So it's going to be X plus 3. Can you
Lucky
please
to put
turn
in
that
Regents
off?
exam. DQ.
Put that away, please, thank you. So it's x plus 2 equals 42. Now you see how the problem is similar to what we were doing here? So that how you can take a word problem and you can basically get a quadratic equation out of it. I want you to finish the rest of the sheet for homework. It's similar to this. And basically you can use the reading and it'll help you answer each question. So how can you represent the length of the square window? That one would be x, right? And how can you represent the length of the new window? So for homework, I just want you to solve your equation that we created here, okay?